Back. Elon Musk and Sam Altman battling on X over the weekend after Apple filed that lawsuit against OpenAI. Our Kate Rooney joins us with more, trying to track this fast-moving drama, Kate.
Carl, that's right. So this rivalry between two of the biggest CEOs in tech really did flare up again over the weekend. Elon Musk chimed in on the news Friday that Apple is suing OpenAI, alleging the AI giant stole trade secrets. Altman, as a bit of context here, paid $6.5 billion to acquire iPhone designer Johnny Ive's startup, and then a deep bench of former Apple executives along with it to build an AI device. That device's team is now at the center of what Apple says was a coordinated effort to steal intellectual property. Musk saw his opening there, chimed in with a nickname he has used before, Scam Altman. He said he might love scamming more than any human alive. That got Altman's attention. He then responded, "Homeboy, you're the one selling public market investors on short-term space data centers." These two, if you can believe it, were friends at one point. They were co-founders of OpenAI. Musk recently sued Altman and accused him of, quote, stealing a charity after the company moved away from its original nonprofit structure. That drama, of course, recently spilled out into an Oakland courthouse where we were covering that closely. OpenAI was found not guilty. And while all of this is personal, guys, between these CEOs, it does also highlight some very fierce competition right now between these companies for AI models. Both released the newest versions of their technology last week. And on that topic, Altman saying the benchmarks suggest they do have the best model in the world right now, but the most reliable way to tell that is that Elon is obsessed with me. Again, that was one of Altman's tweets. OpenAI did respond to Apple's accusations, saying in part, we are not interested in other companies' trade secrets. For Altman, though, this is the latest distraction. It is a headwind at a time when this company is looking to go public, guys.
What do we know about the Apple suit? I mean, and what do we know about the OpenAI device that they've been building with Johnny Ive?
They have been very secretive about that device, but when it comes to the lawsuit, Apple is accusing two of the top folks over at Love.From, which is the company that OpenAI acquired, of essentially coordinating ways to steal intellectual property. There's one example where one of these employees took a laptop and was able to get into some of Apple's secretive proprietary information and intellectual property. So they're saying they also sort of groomed Apple employees and taught them how to steal information and take it over to OpenAI. The company, of course, fighting back against that. But Altman is also not named in the suit. This is very specific to the devices team. But when we talk about the implication for OpenAI, this was a massive bet for them. They paid almost $7 billion to buy this startup. So it calls into question that strategy if they're not able to move quickly. And there are questions now, depending on what happens with this suit, if they have to halt, what they're doing in devices, although we know very little about what it's actually looked like. There's been rumors that it might be a pin, it might be an earpiece. Johnny Ive, though, huge name in tech, the designer of the iPhone. So this was a huge swing to go out and get him. And not great news for OpenAI at a time when they are looking to also grow revenue streams and find other ways to monetize the user base.
Okay, thank you very much.